Welcome to Montessori Matters with Blessing Fort-Ike. In this video, I discuss teaching children how to interrupt appropriately, how to join a conversation politely. I would say it is normal and developmentally appropriate for young children to interrupt conversations. Sometimes toddlers, it's because they are still learning how to control their impulse, how to regulate their impulse. While children between the ages of 3 and 6 want to be part of the conversations. There are other reasons why they interrupt conversation. However, these are the basic reasons. One, because toddlers are still learning to regulate their impulse control. Then children between the ages of 3 and 6 want to be part of the conversation. Other reasons why children interrupt, why they just bump into you as if they're interrupting, they're distracting you for your discussion. One is because they have a difficulty in controlling their impulses. Because why? As young children, as toddlers, their brain is not completely formed. So the part that will help them to regulate themselves is still developing. So you just see them, the way it comes, as the urge comes, as they want to talk, they just say it without control. Other times, it might be because of boredom. When they are bored, they are prone to interrupting more. You see that they want to interrupt your conversation. They don't care what you're doing. They just want your attention. They just want you to be. They just want to play with you. They just want for you to be around them, to keep them company, to keep them active. Another reason it stems from boredom, maybe attention. They need your attention. They just feel that somebody is around to steal your attention from them. So they look for every means to get it back. So they want to discuss with you. They want to tell you things that to you is not relevant, to you it's irrelevant, or it can't wait. But to them, they just want your attention. They want the right amount of attention. That's why hence you see that when you have visitors or when you have friends around, they tend to come and interrupt. And another reason I can give is that sometimes they are eager to share information they think is important to you and important to them. Maybe they got an information that they think that you will like so much. They're just eager to just share it with you, so they tend to interrupt. So these are some reasons why children interrupt. However, when we interrupt, people will see us as being rude. They will see us as people that don't have good manners. So what do we have to do as parents, as educators? We have to teach our children, educate them on how they can interrupt, or when they can interrupt and when not to interrupt, and how to join conversation is very important. Like every other skill, learning to interrupt, learning to join a conversation is a skill that must be developed. So if you want your children to effectively participate in conversations and don't interrupt people inappropriately, you must teach them when to interrupt, when not to interrupt, and how to interrupt. So you let them know that in emergencies, they can interrupt. Or when someone is injured, they can interrupt. So how do they learn this skill? Because it involves training and practicing. How do you do it? You have to teach them how to interrupt or how to join a conversation. The first tip, recommendation I will mention is that I will say you as the adult within the environment, whether the parent, whether the caregiver, any of the caregiver, parent, teacher, you must never interrupt them. That means you must model it, not interrupt it, to join the conversation properly. How do you do that? When they are narrating their story to you, when they are telling you a story, whether they are reporting a situation to you, whether they are explaining anything to you, do not interrupt them, either to console them or to correct them. Wait until they are done with their thoughts, until they are done with their story before you join the conversation, before you respond to them, either to console them, to scold one, or to ask questions for clarification, or to correct. These are ways this is a way you can introduce them to joining conversation or interrupting properly. Another thing you can do is to have a special hand signal indicating that you want someone's attention. Maybe you want your mom or your dad, anybody in the family or in the classroom's attention, and the person is discussing. So maybe you say, when you see a hand like this, you know, basically, please, may I have your attention? So once you see somebody doing like this, you know that that person wants your attention. So you responding, if you have the chance to respond to the person, you can just say, okay, come, or please give me 5 minutes. So once I do like this, you know that I'm not ready to respond to you immediately. You give me 5 minutes. But once I do like this, you know that I'm not ready to respond to you in the next 10 minutes. So you go continue what you're doing. So when I'm done, I can come and meet you. So when I do like this, I mean you should wait for 5 minutes. I will have time for you. So by so doing, they don't just bump into you when you're having your discussion or your conversation with other people. So you can also teach them the various steps to follow to join a conversation properly or to interrupt politely. So you tell them, when you see people discussing and you're interested in this discussion, or you want the attention of one of the people discussing, what you do, the first step you do, you walk towards the people, you approach them, you stop, you pause. You don't just start talking immediately, you pause and wait for a while. So they might stop and look at you like what do you want? Then you can ask, the next thing you can say, please, can you excuse me? They'll say, go ahead. Then you, what you do, you now ask your question or you join your conversation. You can say, okay, this is what I have to say. Or when you say, please excuse me, can I say something? They will say, yes, you can, yes, you can. So you say what you want to say. Or if you don't want to contribute to the conversation, you want the attention of someone in the conversation, you say, please, can you excuse me? When they say yes, say, please, I need your attention. Can you give me 2 minutes or 3 minutes? So they will tell you yes or no, or wait for a while. These are the steps you follow to join a conversation. So other ways you can teach children how to interrupt properly or join conversation is through role playing. So you can before you teach them role playing, you can explain to them what it means to join the conversation, how to join the conversation. You tell them that when you join conversation without being invited, you sound rude. You look as if you lack good manners. Also, you are trying to tell the other person that what the person is saying, the remaining things the person has to say is not important, that what you want to say is more important. So you explain to them, then you now tell them that I'm going to show you the appropriate way to interrupt a conversation or to join a conversation. So you have 3 or more children to replace. So 2 people are discussing while one will approach to interrupt. They will now follow those steps I gave. You pause, excuse me, and before you join the conversation or you say what you want to say, this is the step you have to follow to join the conversation. So the children can switch roles. Maybe the ones that interrupted before will not join in the conversation, while the other one will not be the one to interrupt. So they follow the appropriate way. The last tip I will give is that inform them before any conversation. Maybe you're going to be involved in a long phone call, or somebody is coming to the house that you're going to have a discussion with for a very long time. So you tell them, please, I'm going to be on a call for a very long time with Auntie so and so, or Auntie so and so is coming to the house. We're going to be having a discussion. Please, I wouldn't want you to interrupt me. I wouldn't want you to come disturb me. However, if there's an emergency, you can come. You know the process to follow. Doing this, your children will be equipped to interrupt properly, or they will be equipped to join conversations anywhere in the home, in school, wherever they find themselves. That is why it's that simple, and you don't need anything to do it. What you need is just you and your child to practice these tips. So I believe that you have learned 1 or 2 tips that you can use to teach your children to join conversations politely or to interrupt. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share with your contacts. It will be well appreciated. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.